The Illuminati. Once we at war with these devils. Did you strap up your combat boots yet?
Warning, warning, warning. Self-destruct sequence 3, activated. 2, 1.
Sometime I need a little something, babe, to help me pass away the time of day. 'Cause I ain't been doing nothing but drinking and thinking, yeah. Oh, since you been away. Oh, come on, babe. Can't you see that I need your love? I'm falling in your arms. Come on home, yeah, babe. Yeah. I confess that I've been wrong.
Here it is once again. I'm back up in the building. You dig? It's your boy Flat Archie 5000 about to drop something real heavy on you real quick. We're gonna talk about the Illuminati. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Freemasonry, and we're gonna talk about how things are the way that they are. And we're gonna start it off like this. There is no honor and respect in standing up for your own people. You dig? There is no honor and respect for bringing souls to the altar of the Baphomet. In this realm, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You dig? This Illuminati thing that we're talking about, it goes a whole lot deeper than, your Adam Weishaupts and, your Albert Pikes, you know what I'm saying, and your current popes of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It goes a whole lot deeper than what we've been told on the surface. This Illuminati thing, in all honesty, those who've been enlightened, with certain information, it goes all the way back to 3,100 years ago. But it goes back 5,000 years ago. Over 5,000 years ago, where you it goes back to the first pharaoh of Egypt under Narmer, under Mens, under Pan, what they call Atum Ra. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It goes all the way back, to Greco-Egyptian times. You know what I'm saying? When we start talking about the forming an alliance of different secret societies. One thing you have to keep in mind, whether you consider yourself a Christian or whether you consider yourself a Muslim, whether you're in any of these religious organizations, one thing you can't do is you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater and think that you're going to get understanding on what it is that we're dealing with. In order to get an understanding on what it is that, of history. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, our brothers and sisters, we get caught up with the whole thing of the white man giving us the Bible. And, I'm not Arab. And, that's an Arab religion and all of this and that right there. Your real issue is this. is that a lot of you brothers and sisters are trapped in the literal interpretation of these books, and you're also caught up with the events of people, so-called people, these Europeans, these Caucasoids, who introduced the book to us and used it as a way to control our minds, as a way of mind control, in order to assist with bringing about slavery. You know what I'm saying? When a European came amongst the so-called Indians, and he came across the Africans, you know what I'm saying? He had a sword in one hand and the book in the other, meaning that he had the Bible in one hand and had the book in the other. And his philosophy was get down, lay down. True indeed, granted. You know what I'm saying? But these stories that we talk about, we get into the Nicene Council and how they created this imagery of Jesus and talking about Serapis and all of that stuff right there. Yeah, it all plays a significant role in the construction of him rewriting history. You know what I'm saying? In all actuality, these people that you read about within these texts, they never existed. You know what I'm saying? These texts are actually talking about you, but you have to get trapped out of the spell of religion. You know what I'm saying? In order to really understand it. See, these reverends, these preachers, these imams, they teach the literal interpretation of these books, and have you trapped in a literal interpretation and get you caught up in these spook gods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They are actually doing the work of the Baphomet. They're carrying out the work of the Illuminati by creating, by being able to create psychological warfare. You know what I'm saying? To enforce post-traumatic slave syndrome. You know what I'm saying? But in all, the literal interpretation that you read within these ancient books, these stories, are for children. They get you trapped in a children fairy tale mind state. But there are deeper meanings to these texts that you have to understand in order to understand why things are the way that they are, and you have to also have to have a deeper understanding of history and events. You know what I'm saying? In order to understand the allegorical interpretation of these texts and how it actually applies to you and how it actually applies to the day and time that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? So once again, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You got to get an understanding of pre-dynastic Egypt. You know, Egypt wasn't the all in all. You know what I'm saying? And so you have a lot of brothers that say, oh, why study Egypt when you had all of Africa? You know what I'm saying? But there's things that took place in ancient Kemet that has a significant role on what's taking place now. Is the reason why you're going to actually have to study, have a better understanding on what took place in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Specifically with the Romans and the Greeks and the connection on the forming of secret societies under the first pharaoh of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? A significant thing that you have to understand. You know what I'm saying? With the Bible. When they start talking about in Genesis, the genes of Isis, you know what I'm saying? They start talking about Adam and Eve, all allegorical terminologies. They're not literal people. They're not literal beings, but they're talking about events that are taking place and that have been taking place. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have an understanding of pre-dynastic Egypt under the guise of the matriarchy. You know, the matriarchy was our societies that were actually controlled by women. Women actually wrote the law, and it was men who enforced the law. The men at this time under the matriarchy, they were enforcing the laws of Ma'at. You know what I'm saying? Ma'at, M-A''A'-T. There is no coincidence that the prefix of the word Ma'at is M-A, which is symbolic to Ma, mother. You know what I'm saying? Start talking about the Madonna. You know what I'm saying? The Black Madonna, which the Pope actually bows down and worships behind closed doors, but shows you this white Mary. Symbolic again. You got to understand symbology. Mary, M-A. We're talking about the mother of Jesus, the Virgin Mary. You know what I'm saying? M-A. Ma, once again. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about the matriarchy. We're talking about gardening societies. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about this hocus pocus crap. We're talking about pre-dynastic Egypt, when you had women who were controlling and ruling this planet for since time before being recorded. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that in order to get a deeper understanding of this whole Illuminati, this whole Baphomet thing, and how this thing all takes place, and why the celebrities are doing what they're doing, and bringing as many souls as possible to the Baphomet in order to get fame and fortune. You had a story in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and it talks about Jesus fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. And during his 40 days and 40 nights, he was being tempted by with those who considered the devil, this evil force. And it was said that if he was to bow down at the feet symbolically of the Baphomet, if he was to bow down to the devil, he would receive all his heart desires. Meaning he received fame and fortune. He received prestige. You know what I'm saying? Women, if that's what he was into, whatever it is that he was into, he would receive if he was just to bow down. That right there is not talking about something that took place 2,000 years ago. When you start talking about Jesus, you're actually talking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's symbolic. It's all symbology. That's why you have Masons, who are all into signs and symbols, symbology. Things aren't what they're seeing. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about symbology. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to understand this symbology, you have to be able to put the pieces to the puzzle together in order to understand what piece goes where. But in all actuality, in the ancient Kemet, let me drop this on you before I end this video. They had a riddle. The riddle of the Sphinx. In order to understand, in order to get into Egypt and to sit at the feet of the high priests, the master teachers, you had to understand the riddle. And the significance of the riddle was talking about, you know, your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? What walks on 4, what begins to walk on 4, then on 2, then on 3. If you didn't understand the riddle, you weren't qualified. You means you didn't pass the rites of passage in order to go into the pyramids and study. You know what I'm saying? For 40 years. We're gonna get deeper into this right here, man. You know, I know I make these videos real short, but there's a rhyme and reason on why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I just started this YouTube channel right here, man, and we gonna go deep. We're going to travel. We're going to travel real deep, man. And we're going to travel the 7 seas. You understand what I'm saying? If you understand what that is. So, you know, just bear with me, man. I'm just building this channel up, man. It's been about a week now. I got about 8 videos up, man. And, you know, by the end of the week, I'm going to try to have 15 to 20 of them up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bear with me, man. And we're going to go deeper into this science right here, this ism. All right, this your boy, Flat Archie 5000. I'm out. Peace.